Yo, what's good?
Hey,
All right, so we got former TBW wrestler here on the live. All right,
hmm
I guess let's start from the beginning. So, how did you get into wrestling just in general?
wrestling for me began at, I'd say, age 11. Um, began at a time in my life when I felt like an outcast, and I came home one day. It was a Friday, and I caught SmackDown. This was probably in the summer of 2011,
And
and I saw CM Punk. And I saw this guy with tattoos, and he didn't look like the biggest guy, wasn't the strongest guy, but he was the champion. That
damn it, champ.
that inspired me in life to not only be like CM Punk, but pursue wrestling.
All right. So, I guess your backyard wrestling journey began with TBW. So how did you get into TBW?
Well, that year in 2020, I had become friends with the man most people know as Fat Asian. I, I'd become friends with Fat Asian earlier in the year, and I knew he'd been in TBW because it was a big deal in our local community. And he knew that I loved wrestling, and he was like, "Would you ever be interested in wrestling for TBW?" And I'd known Josh and Troy for many, many years, and I thought, we all have free time, so why not? So I found my old blue tights and my old boots, and I tried them on, and they still fit. Thank God for that. And
Thank God for that.
it started from there, and that period in my life, those 5 or 6 months with TBW was a roller coaster of emotion, and it's really hard to explain.
Ah, geez. Now everybody already knows that Jake Howell obviously left TBW, you quit. But
I,
so
I
let's start at the beginning of the downfall. What went wrong with TBW and J.K. Howell?
well, I'd say the first big problem was when the planned like inter-promotional event with SVBW happened, and there was a big fallout from that because both sides said things that we like were just taken too far and out of context, and everybody got so riled up, and I felt really bad about it.
Then
And
what were we saying?
well, it was like, and we've since talked this out, me and the SVBW people, but it was like the promos that were being shot from both sides were getting too personal.
Damn, so like work shoots like taking too far type
Yeah,
deal.
both
Damn.
sides went too far, and now I'm cool with most of them. You
Oh,
know,
that's
it's really good. But that was really the first thing I was like, this isn't good. Um, that was the first thing. There were more. You know, there were many more.
damn. All right, so let's go down this timeline then. Like, what was all the events that made you want to quit TBW and want nothing to do with them?
So after the SVBW thing, then it was the numerous. We had these training days where we would be in the ring with each other to work out spots and such for matches. And it was a really toxic place to be during a training session because everybody wanted to get their stuff in. Nobody wanted to look weak, and it was a toxic masculine kind of place. And everybody didn't want to look weak, and everybody had to be a certain way. And the ring in TBW, it felt like shit.
He said, "Felt less shit."
So to take, it's like there was barely no padding. It was just wood. It was like
Yeah,
pallets.
and for you viewers, like if you go look at the TBW channel, like you can actually tell in some of the matches that it's just like plywood and then just like a tarp
Yes.
right over. Like
And
that's very dangerous.
I was taking moves. I was taking DDTs. I was taking slams. I was taking all kinds of funky maneuvers, and it was hurting my body.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, like my ring, I mean, like I don't have the correct padding. I mean, we use carpet padding, and it's not the softest. You're supposed to use like memory foam, but at least it's some padding. Like having no, padding and just like not caring, like about other people's safety. I mean, damn, that's rough. That's
yeah,
rough.
and
Continue.
so the biggest one. So I'm not going to say his name, but once I tell you what happened, you'll know who it is. So somebody put me in a figure four leg lock,
Yeah, I think
and
that's what you're talking about.
he wrenched back on my right knee, and it's given me permanent damage to my right knee. And for about a month, it was hard to walk. And
Damn, he legitimately like fucking stiffed you for no for
he
no
would do
reason.
that often with me. He would do that often with me. He would like the chops were harder for me, the punches were harder for me, and I'd always chalked it up to be, and this is just my take on it. J.K. Howell was never like that. Was just me. That was my character. That was I never had to really try to put another face on to do it.
Mhm.
The problem with the other guy was he pretty much copied his entire persona and his entire gimmick from somebody else.
Yeah, well,
And
that's one thing. I have no respect or like companies or backup wrestlers who straight up steal gimmicks from WWE, AEW, TNA. Yeah, what's up, everybody in the chat? Oh, so real quick, if you guys have any questions for me or J.K. Howell or Jake Howell, my bad, Jake Howell now. J.K. Howell is dead. Let's get that out there. Uh, just put them in the chat and we'll answer them or whatever. But yeah, no, I hate people who straight up steal gimmicks like that. I mean, I don't do that. Like, I don't use theme songs from WWE or whatever company. Or, I mean, if I do, like, use, like, gimmicks or characters from companies like that, like, I put a twist to it and I change it. I don't make it look obvious. But, damn, all right, go on.
the now my theory was that he was always a little bit crossed with me because I never really had to like put on another face.
Hmm.
It was just me. And I think it was like the wrestling ability too. Because before TBW, I had trained for pretty much 10 years straight on my own. I had built my own ring. I had it in my garage, and I would sit there and I would train for hours. Suplexes, bridging, a lot of hours were spent there. And I had honed my craft. I had studied it to a point where everything else in life was muted and wrestling was what I knew.
Hmm.
And I came in there and I don't think they were expecting me to wrestle how I did.
So what I'm getting at is, so basically you came in there, outclassed everybody, and then they started getting jealous type deal.
I'm not gonna say outclassed because there are like legitimately great wrestlers in TBW. There really are. Like
Hmm.
Little Mike is great.
Yeah, I agree
Um,
with you. Yeah,
Fat Asian when he was motivated and he wasn't being kind of pushed around by the ones who were running it,
yeah. Hmm.
he was like my favorite match I've had so far is with him
Oh yeah.
in the last man standing match.
That was a pretty good match, not gonna lie. That was one of the few matches that I actually like sat down and like watched or whatever.
That was a really good day because we had all planned out all these spots like the green mist and the powder, and it was kind of our kind of love letter to old school wrestling, kind of brawling. But
Oh, damn, look
but
all
to, to get back to the reason, the training days were very hard to get through, and it was pretty much because like I was getting pretty much really abused. Like my body was getting fucked up.
yeah, I bet, landing on that, just hard ass ring.
Now I do see somebody here. I do see my boy Jack Delta.
Damn,
Who
yo, we're getting a pretty good viewing for the first ever edition of the Curse of Aries.
we got to give a shout out to Jack Delta and the entire MEBW crew because fuck, they're good. They are great. All of them are great. Just fantastic. But and like
You called out
um
Jessica. We ain't ignoring it.
now I did see a one question in here. Ro Jason asked me, he was like, how did it feel to play like the heel on TBW? To kind of get in the heel role. It was difficult at first because I wasn't always in the industry. Like at first I was just me on my own as a heel. And it was hard to get into at first because people were always like you're way too, like they would call me like a teddy bear pretty much. I'm like a non-confrontational person. Like I'm not like I'm the opposite guy. But on camera it was for some reason I just flipped that switch and I became very, you know.
For me, honestly, for me, like playing the heel, what like I have been like I started in 2012. Like I've been doing this for like almost 10 years, and like from 2012 all the way up into 2019, I was a good guy like the whole like the time. So like the second like I was able to turn heel and like I was able to book a heel run for me, dude, like it was like it felt just so right, and like I prefer being a heel to be honest. Like I don't know, more
And
comfortable being a heel.
and playing the heel was really fun. Like I liked being the bad guy. I
Oh,
liked, because like I based my bad guy not on like modern bad guys, but I based it on guys like old school, like territorial heels. Because
yeah,
in the South down here, what we have been exposed to the most, like when people tell us about it, is old territorial wrestling.
yep.
So you get to watch it back, and you have stories from people, and you kind of pick up things. But so the training days were like one of the reasons, and there were so many more. So I want to bring up the actual day that I just said that I quit. That's, you know.
All right, hold up. Okay, we got two questions real quick. So
Yeah.
what happened to that ALM guy? Yeah, ALM. Nah, I never heard of him. I think he died. Actually, no, I don't think he died. Actually, I've heard that he runs like an orphanage, like in Mexico or something. Yeah, ALM. Yeah, no, I think he runs like a hot dog stand and like orphanage. I don't know where the fuck that nigga went. All right. So who was actually good for you to face in TBW, and like who wasn't? So basically, he's asking like who did you enjoy wrestling and who did you not enjoy in the ring? That's what Dante Kruger's asking.
Obviously, I like wrestling with Asian. Me and him had good chemistry. Um, Even though we never had a match on screen, whenever I would train with Ledger, we had good chemistry. It's a shame we never got to have the match. I loved wrestling Max Chaos. He was always fun.
Oh, Tom
Um,
Chaos. He actually hit me up earlier confirming another side of the story of the TBW incident, which we'll get to, guys.
yes.
We're getting there, slowly getting there. We're going down the down hall, in
Um,
order.
okay, now this is going to be a controversial kind of name to bring up, but one of my favorite matches I had in TBW was with Atomic Titan in the Falls Count Anywhere match.
I did not see that one, but
That one was good because we were both so okay. I'm just gonna say his name, right? Gage had booked us in this match because he felt bored. So we were like, okay, can we at least make it a Falls Count Anywhere match? Like, yeah, sure, whatever. And we had this beautiful match, and I still hold it in high regard. And
yeah,
like her,
sometimes you just gotta put feelings aside and just,
yeah.
own up to
Like
what, was good, piece of art.
now, okay, I really want to talk about the day that I quit because
All
I
right, we'll
like
get,
because I feel like that's important to this story.
so is there
It's
anything
really,
before that, or like it was just pretty much those two things, basically?
those are the two main things. Like
Okay.
those are the two big things.
All right.
Um,
So we'll talk about everything that's happened the day J.K. Howell died. So let's talk about that.
so the that this the day that I quit was after I had left my house. I was somewhere else.
Actually, according to Atomic Titan, he fired you because you weren't good enough to help him. You know what I'm saying? He used you to get the world title.
Well, no shit, but I mean, we can look at that in two ways, but that came after I had gone into a deep depression because Rampage hadn't started yet, and I was just really feeling down. And I went somewhere else. I was meditating, and I just felt the need that I had to go off. Like I had to stop doing this because it was like it was killing me.
I
It
feel
was
that.
killing me to be in that toxic environment every day. And okay, so wait, so I do see this thing from Daniel or no Danny. It's like how long before the incident?
It was a
I quit.
bit. Yeah,
I
it was a bit before.
I quit in January,
Well, yeah, maybe not like a bit. Yeah, a little bit. That was a little bit before.
like late January, early February.
Well, actually, Josh Allen was inside supposedly during the. But we'll get to the TBW incident.
Yes, because I want to talk about the TBW like incident.
Yeah, we had Ethan Hawks on here earlier speaking his mind because he does have a mental disability, which I don't know. I fucked up the first live stream. So Ethan, if you're still here and want to revoice your opinions, we'll add you, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get back to the day J.K. Howell died or quit.
So that was I felt relieved after, but then I thought, okay, what the hell am I going to do now? Because I don't want to stop wrestling. So I decided to start teasing because I turned my account into like the new beginning account and posing really like cryptic hints, you know, very cryptic hints.
Wait, hold up. Yeah, I know we can do live with like four people, but I'm just trying to get like J.K. Howell get his stuff out before I start adding other
Yeah.
people to talk with this. You know what I mean? So yeah, Ethan. Yeah. So let's get back onto it.
So I really teased it for about like 1 month, solid 1 month of teasing it, right? Then the Saturday that they filmed Rampage when the incident happened was when I'd found out that Troy had said he had fired me.
Yeah, that was like the first thing he said on the show.
And I was like, okay, now's the time to like reveal that it's me.
I mean, honestly, at that point, I mean, sorry to cut you off, but like at that point, I mean, you already went public with the TBW community because the TBW community follows you, or most of it.
Yes.
So they know that you already quit. So I mean, at that point, might as well just own up, be like, look, he quit. And even if you want to stay into character, you could be like, you want to know what, he quit, but you want to know what, he wasn't good enough. Like I didn't need him. I used him, and now he's gone. But I'm champion. And played into the story like that. Like when when like Jay Swervo quit or whatever, and like Chris Dynamite quit back, a few years ago. Like I was just straight up with the fans. Like I was like, they quit, and just moved on. But
Well, when I quit, it was a reaction of, you know, oh, oh, really, bro? You're gonna do this to us? I guess you're just gonna fade in the background now. And I'm like,
he said, you'll just wait. He said,
well,
you wait.
because now, okay, I feel like this needs to lead into the day in question, like the big controversy, because I have details, I have things that folks need to know. I want to clear some things up about all those involved. So, first of all, the guy who was beaten up, Sergeant Wentworth, right? That's the guy who was beaten up. He doesn't have autism, but he was struck by a truck at a young age, and it kind of messed up his mind.
Yeah. At first, when Little Mike, leaked to everybody, everyone kind of, I guess, took it out of context and,
Yes,
said he was
but
autistic. But that didn't get
he,
clicked up for a bit, though. But, I guess it's kind of the same thing. Or on
but
the
okay,
same line.
but so but other than that, he's a really sweet guy.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy, and so then the other guy in the match the one who did the beating.
Yeah, who was
He
that?
okay, so he's wrestled for them before. Um, he wrestled for them many years ago as Brett Negan, and he had come back. And from what I can gather, from because people were telling me about it, you know,
Mhm.
that Tim Sergeant Wentworth he had asked for the match, and he wanted, like, and I don't know about a hitting hard part, you know,
Yeah,
but
supposedly according to Gage Flair, Atomic Titan, and I think actually I don't think about Josh Allen, but yeah, according to Flair and Titan, uh, Sargent asked for Brett Negan to go hard and like I guess stiff him because he wanted the match to look extreme and good. But here's the problem with that, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but wrestling, whether it's backyard wrestling, professional wrestling, just any sort of, wrestling like WWE or whatever, what, we do, it's choreographed fighting. We're supposed to protect each other and put on a piece of art, you know? So the fact that they went rough or, just that's not wrestling. That's not what wrestling is. Wrestling is about putting on a good choreographed, fight and stuff. But and then the fact that I'm pretty sure that Brett Negan dude knew that he had a disability and stuff, and the
yeah,
fact he still was like, "All right, I'll sip the hell out of you." It's just kind of real fucked up. I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie.
okay, and okay, so they were defending it by saying, well, he wanted it, but the question is, why would you even allow it in the first place?
Yeah, because
Because
that's
like,
not what wrestling is.
and okay, and the next thing is that this thing that happened to Tim, like they
Sergeant, the sergeant dude, by the way.
Sergeant, I'm sorry, just like when I speak about him, I just
Yeah,
I've known him for a long time.
yeah, we'll clear it up. Tim is the sergeant dude.
Tim
In
is the
case,
sergeant.
yeah.
They ever since they okay, the thing about the sergeant that they found him on the street in the town, and that'd be Gage, right? And Gage has always looked for something to laugh at on the show because he's an evil fucker, and he wanted some kind of, I guess, sideshow thing. So he brought Tim in, and at first, I was never behind it
Hmm.
because I'd known Tim, and Tim was a good guy, but he wasn't all there.
Yeah.
And I say that out of like no disrespect to him, but it's just that's just how like that's just how it happened. And Gage would mock how he spoke, mock how he walked, mock everything that he said. He treated Tim like garbage, and that would always that was one of the that was one of the other reasons too.
Hmm.
So I already knew that they were mistreating Tim, and like during those training days, they would stiff Tim.
Oh yeah, Little Mike. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I'm exposing him now, but Little Mike, he did admit that one day Gage actually stiffed Sergeant in one of their matches. I guess they.
Yes, yes, that did
Uh,
happen.
but then again, it goes back to even if he asked for it and stuff, why would you do that to someone with a mental disability? Now, like I've wrestled. I don't know if you know or any of you guys know, but I used to have a wrestler called Jared Payne. And he was mentally disabled and physically disabled. He had a left side weakness, so like his arm was like always propped up, and he couldn't use his left arm, and he limped and whatever. And I mean, I'm fine with disabled wrestlers wrestling because I mean a lot of disabled wrestlers wrestle like what do you call it that one legged wrestler from WWE, fuck, what was his name?
Zach
Zach,
Gowen.
Zach Gowen, yeah, and then Gregory Iron, who basically has what Jared Payne has.
Yeah.
But what do you call it? I mean, but I've never had issues with them because like I respect this like I it's just I mean Jared I mean he's mentally disabled, so I mean he doesn't think some ways, and like he gets really in the zone. So like there's times where he's stiffed me, Chris Dynamite, but like we've never stiffed them back because that's wrong to do,
Mm-hmm.
because even if And it goes back to, even if, why would you, go to and like approve his wishes of going rough on him and going, beating up a disabled person. And I know there's a lot of claims going around saying that he's not really disabled and all that stuff, and then so
He
Sergeant is mad that everyone thinks he's disabled. And look, fine, if I know a lot of disabled people who are in denial because, people treat, disabled people like, they're babies and they can't do this or that. So, but I don't know. It's kind
now
of,
see, and this is something that I'm going to share with all of you, because to kind of give you an idea of why I got so heated. I've been diagnosed with a form of of autism myself, Asperger's syndrome.
yeah, that's what Ethan Hawke says. So,
So so, and mine is a bit. It's not the kind that would, like, there are like many kinds of it.
yeah.
Mine's like whole different thing. But as somebody who struggled with that before, to know that what he went through and to see what happened, it was just disgusting.
Yeah, it really was. Like when the certain someone, I don't know if I made it obvious who sent it to me, but when a certain someone sent it to me and leaked it to me or whatever, yeah, it kind of was hard to watch. Like I saw the first clip and it real disgusted me or whatever, because like, I don't know, like how would you do that to someone,
I
with
almost like I almost like teared up out of rage. Like
well, yeah,
I
like so like, it's real personal too. Like if someone did that to my buddy, like, oh, oof.
and that was when when me and Asian heard about it, because because we had talked with, because like even though we
Hold on.
okay.
I mean, I mean, yeah, I agree. No one should ever put their hands on a person, no matter like what their
No.
disability is. But I mean, I don't mind wrestlers wrestling with disabilities as long as, they're respected and protected, just like anybody else. And just because of their mental differences or whatever should not mean that they should be treated different or bullied because they can be, I guess, easily manipulated or whatever. Like, because like I said, I've wrestled, Jared Payne, never had issues with him because I know how to respect and protect, people like that. But
To
going
okay, so okay, now I'm gonna just shoot with you real quick. If anybody wants to screen record what I'm about to say, you can go ahead and do it.
wait,
You can
actually,
send.
do live save after like I end them, or do they disappear?
You can save them.
You can save them. All right,
Yeah,
because
but okay, just these. I've wanted to save these things publicly for so long that.
all right, it's suiting time. Let's get it.
So listen here. You all have seen Gage Flair on camera, but let me tell you all this right now. He is one of the most pathetic people I've ever met in my entire life. Because all I've ever known him to be is a jealous, insecure, overrated, shit worker that only cares about himself. He writes that show to get himself over.
Wait, so what happened real quick? Because Josh Allen, right, the big dog, he founded the company, right? So
Yes.
what
This is
happened
what
to
this is
control?
what happened. TBW went on a downtrot, I believe in 2018, 2019,
Hmm.
and I guess Josh was a bit desperate and he found somebody. Turned out to be the wrong decision because he brought in a cancer to his thing, you know. And okay, just this man. I'm not even going to call him a man. This bitch has the audacity on multiple occasions. He'll get super personal with you, but when you fire back, it's like, no, I was just joking. Like, bullshit. You weren't joking. You weren't joking. I looked in his little beady eyes and I saw that he was not joking.
He's
And
just
that
playing.
shit eating and that shit eating grin that he wears all the time. That like this is what happens. He is a He's the worst kind of small town person you can meet. Someone who has nothing else, who only has one thing, and this is all that he wants, but yet he takes so much because he worms his way into people's heads and into their lives. And he's pathetic.
Yeah, like one time, me and Josh, this was like, fuck, man, this was like 2018. Me and Josh were doing like a little, like, I guess, like feud because we were trying to like hook up in the collab and like have me and Josh face, right? But we never did it, but we still ran with the segment. So I filmed a show called FBW versus TBW Worlds Collide. And I still have the messages on my phone. And Gage texted me demanding that I pay him money or I take the TBW part out of my title name. Like he copyrighted and trademarked the initials TBW. And
He don't
like at
have
the point,
he don't have the
I
money for that.
literally I lost the respect after that. I said I'm not paying you and I'm not taking out the title because one, there is millions of TBWs out there. Like I'm not doing that, but I've lost respect after like to
But
Gage after that. But let's get back to your story.
so be thankful to whatever you pray in, whoever you believe in, that you did not have to deal face to face with this fucking cum stain.
He says, "Come stand."
Don't You never had to deal with him face to face in a meeting. You never had to deal with him in the ring. He hyped himself up so much, but he couldn't tell a wristwatch from a wrist lock. He didn't know whether to put on a headlock or wipe his ass. He,
So,
he like he didn't know what to do. He was clueless. All he knew was Flair's offense and nothing else. Which, in fact, Flair's offense nowadays, like, just because you have studied Flair's offense does not get you over.
yeah, he should be like Ric Flair and retire already.
Like, look. Here's an example. I love Mick Foley. Cactus Jack is my favorite wrestler. You did not see me wear a Cactus Jack shirt, grow my hair out long, get a big beard, do the bang bang, and do DDTs, all because I respect him.
Yeah,
With that being said, I love Cactus Jack. Love him. But I would never be him. And this is the thing, is that Gage Flair wants to be Ric Flair so bad. He wants his life. He wants his fame. He wants his glory. But he can't achieve it because he fucking sucks.
yeah, and yeah, no, it is stupid of how he's just ripping off a character like that. Like get a life, do something,
He
That's,
and he's also like a mental abuser and like a manipulator.
yeah, I've heard
He
that from people.
he has okay. He has gotten into Josh's head so bad that Josh, look, fuck kayfabe for a second. Josh Allen, whatever you want to call him, he's one of my best friends. He's like a brother to me. I grew up with this guy. You know,
Yeah,
I love him like a brother, and to see this piece of shit just whip him around and call him names and tell him what he needs to be doing and that what he's doing isn't right and this yada 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 yada. I wanted to slap the piss
his
out of him
on his own property,
on his own
with his
property.
own creation, with his own creation. That literally, like, how long has Gage Flair even been there for? Like, what, a year? Like, Josh Allen's been doing it since 2017. That's fucking like 3, 4 years already. It's fucked up.
He has belittled Josh to the point where Josh has no self-confidence, even though that Josh, people have things to say about Josh at the moment, but Josh legitimately, he eats, sleeps, and breathes professional wrestling. He
Yeah,
loves wrestling.
yeah. Let's get one thing straight. Josh Allen. I mean, supposedly during this whole incident where Sergeant got beaten up, he was inside and had no idea, what was going on. So I don't know. I mean, I think personally, because I have gunshot over from CBW who can confirm that. I don't think Josh Allen deserves any hate towards his way. So people,
He
I don't know.
so the other night, because of all this, so I decided to go see Josh because
Mhm.
I live right by him. and I found him, and he was a wreck. He was crying. He was a mess. And he was like, I'd like, there's nothing else I can do. The one thing I've ever loved is ruined. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is fucked up. And so
Yeah.
I told him, like, I sat there with him, and be like, look, Josh, people, people like Josh. People like Josh.
Yeah.
Josh has literally cheated nature and death.
Literally. Yeah. If you
Josh
guys
has
want
cheated
that
that.
story, you can find it on his Instagram or his Facebook or whatever.
And to see this guy that just comes along and, like, just because he writes the show a couple of times and gets some viewing, he thinks he's hot shit. His shows were shit. The ones that he wrote were shit.
Yeah.
He never had a good show, and he would only write the show to get himself over, which he never was able to do because people saw through his shit like a fucking mesh curtain.
Yeah, it's hard to get behind, someone just straight up stealing a character. Like people that see background wrestling or watch it, or at least, at least for me, like I want to see something creative. Like I want to see something not that I can watch, a better version of on WWE television on the WWE network for $9.99 a month. That's a plug right there. Just go subscribe to their network.
Word
But
up. But like, look, here's the thing. When I was developing the Howell character, like going into it, the only places that I looked to get my inspiration from were only two places. Okay?
mhm.
I looked to Brody Lee,
Yep.
which rest in peace to Brody Lee.
Yeah, rest in peace.
And I looked towards the habits of, because my idea for the character was like this kind of cold, sadistic person who just wanted to hurt people.
Yeah.
A hired gun with headshots and such, like snipers. And I
Yeah,
looked into the demeanor. Yeah.
taking inspiration from characters, but there's a
Yes.
problem with straight up stealing a character like Gage Flair's stupid ass.
Yes. And okay. And look, the the bottom line is, I'm just going to say this to you right now. I never want to see him again. I never want to talk to him again. I never want to see him wrestle again. And if he ever decides to confront me face to face, I swear to God, on my grandparents above, on my mother's grave, my father's grave, my pets, all my friends, I will beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who would too. Got a whole ass community ready to jump everybody over there.
I'm not just saying that because, oh, we're wrestlers. I'm saying that as a man who's been whiplashed for months.
Tortured.
When you put an animal in a cage and then you let it out, eventually it's going to bite you.
Yep.
That's the thing. But
Now, and then we have also Atomic Titan, supposedly now playing the victim and all that stuff. Yeah, he was the one recording and trying not to laugh while filming that match. So that's something there too.
okay, let me tell you this about Titan. Okay, because I feel like I got to know him. Like, I got to know him. He was my tag partner for many, many months. Now, the Atomic Titan you saw on the screen, he was very different. Like, he's not that guy when he's all like. Sometimes he could be very.
Yeah, there's no hate towards Josh Allen,
No,
Jason. Yeah, there's no hate towards Josh Allen. At least that's
but
what we're
like
trying to encourage.
Titan, he, I like when we were in the industry, which I still never. I still think that it could have been so much more. The
Yeah,
industry could have been so much more. But we spent like a lot of time together. We would write stuff together. We would cut promos together, and it was a really good kind of partnership. And I like that time that we spent together in that heel tag team. We had some good shit. But when everything got toxic, it was
I
it
mean,
was
even
hard to,
even if we got some TBW people recording this, and I don't care because, like I said, if I can save this, it's going up on my YouTube channel, and I don't care who's recording it. In fact, I don't care if any of you guys are recording this and want to upload our conversation and what we're talking about. Saying that's the point of this.
I mean,
But,
TBW kept me in their intro.
oh yeah, I saw that. I told
So
you.
I guess
Yeah.
so I guess they can still use me for something. But just I don't know if this will make any sense, but he could be a really good down to earth guy once he wasn't around the toxic environment.
I mean, yeah,
He
I
you
texted him
know
a couple times.
he legitimately, and and because of all the fallout, I've not talked to him as much, but I want to make clear, like, I don't hold any ill will towards him. Like, I don't know where we are on terms of, I guess, of a friendship, but I don't hold any hard feelings towards him.
I mean, it is a
And
little
he,
messed up that he was, I guess, so according to, sorry to I guess, leak, but actually,
no,
I'll leak it, but according to someone who still does wrestle with TBW and it does sadly plan on staying, but he's on, I guess, eggshells. But he confirmed that, Titan was recording and I guess laughing, but which I mean that's still fucked up, because I mean it's fucked up that nobody. I don't know who else was in the crowd watching, but I mean it's fucked up that nobody
oh, oh.
came in.
Danny here has a question about what was the most toxic thing in the TBW in environment, and there's a lot of answers to that question, but the main one that I'm going to say to all of you, it was the egos.
Yeah,
It
egos.
was,
Yeah, egos in wrestling is kind of one of those things that sadly it's there, and
yeah.
it's not even back at wrestling. That's a pro wrestling thing too, and honestly, it's probably actually no, I wouldn't say it's worse in pro wrestling because there's kids in backyard wrestling, but I mean it's
Well,
just
yeah.
there's
But
egos in FW or was.
but the egos that were there, it would be a thing that, hey, you have this idea, fuck off, we're gonna do this. It's like, okay. And one time, I tried to help write the show.
Hmm.
You know, I tried to help write the show because I felt like I could do a good job at it.
Yeah.
And Gage just told me to fuck off, and I was like, well, I guess I'll remember that.
He
You
said,
know,
he said when I come back, he said,
and but in terms of, I guess, the environment there, it would best be described as like a high school locker room, except there were no playfulness about it. It was a very harsh environment. It was just kind of immature, and yeah, you're right, and I do remember it.
and I mean I can't speak too much because I mean there were egos in FBW. I mean, but then again, it happens everywhere. You can't really avoid it when making a company because I mean it's going to get to the point where some people be like, oh, I busted my ass this long, and then they grow and like. But yeah, egos really do. They suck. I mean,
Um, the main thing that they were all asking me about. Okay, so I think it's crucial to say that in this incident that happened,
mhm.
to kind of bring up the fact that this was the kind of thing you would see in TBW. Maybe not to this scale, but stuff like this would happen often. It would be where somebody takes things too far, and there'd be a lot of different parties trying to get things done, and it would honestly feel like, from reading wrestling books, it felt like 2000s WCW.
Oh, that was a crazy place.
It felt like, well, here's this guy and that guy, that guy, that guy. They all want different things, and like, how are we gonna do this? But we've talked about like a lot of negative here.
Hmm.
I do want to say this: when the wrestling was good, it was good. There were good matches. There were great workers,
I
and
mean, and again, at the end of it, I mean, you got to be somewhat grateful because, like, I mean,
I am.
they put J.K. Howell or Jake Howell like on the map, you know,
Yeah,
like,
and I don't hold anything really, well, besides Flair, fuck him, but like like
yeah.
but I don't. I'm so grateful for my time in TBW because I was able to get my foot in the door, and I was able to have matches with good people and really watch some good matches from the best seat in the house. Like I remember at the state classic tournament,
Hmm.
the finals of that tournament when it was Ledger and Fat Asian
Yep.
in that main event match in the rain.
Hmm.
That to me was the ultimate symbolic storytelling because here was Fat Asian. He was a people's baby face, like a
Hmm.
loved person. Then here's the evil Ledger, and as soon as Ledger wins, it starts to pour down rain. And I was on commentary for that,
Yep.
and I tried to point out that think about what's going on. Nature is mirroring what's going on, and that the rain will be over TBW. Like that's something else that I did. I did a lot of commentary.
Yeah, I'm starting to do commentary too. Commentary's low key kind of fun, you know.
I love doing commentary, you
Yeah.
know, but just I don't hold my time in TBW as a low point for the most part. You know,
I
it,
mean, yeah,
it
because
was
like once you get your foot in the door, I mean, like it opens up, you know, a whole bunch of other opportunities. Because like even if like let's say you get into back of wrestling, but you don't know anything, and you go to a company, whether you have like a good time or a bad thing, you still learn. Like you still learn, and then that makes it where like you can now go to another company or start your own company or do this, do that. You know.
well, okay. So I'm a few years before I joined TBW. I'm gonna lay this on the line. I was considering starting up my own promotion back then.
Hmm.
I say this was about 2018, 2019.
Damn, like I'm looking old over here. Like you're talking like oh, just like a couple years ago. Like I'm here like doing it since 2012. Shit.
Yeah, but it was close to happening. But what happened was I had a injury, and this injury, so I did this elbow drop off the top rope, and I split my tailbone down the middle, and I fucked up my back.
Mhm.
So, and I quit wrestling for a solid 2 years probably,
Damn. I mean, that's
and
what I do right now. Like,
that was
like the years of wrestling, like has fucked up my neck. Like my neck is like it's always in pain. Like I have like limited range of motion. Like my neck's all fucked up. But like I don't know, just the drive. Like there's no stopping. Like there's no stopping the grind. But hold up, real quick. Uh, yeah, yo, Jason. Yeah. Yeah. No, this right here. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing some more of these. This is the first ever official, Curse of Aries with Anthony Aries. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot of these. I'm gonna be interviewing, and chilling down, talking to other wrestlers. Probably do some solos, if I'm a loner that day. But, I plan on doing more of these. Just J.K. Howell's, the first one making history right now.
honored to be doing it.
Uh, but yeah, no. If I can save this after I end it, this is just gonna go up on YouTube. If not, I'll probably just screen record the second one.
Now, I do want to say this. I think there are, I guess maybe there aren't questions, but like my future.
Questions for me or Jake Howell, just put them in the comments.
Yeah, and
I'm sitting here with no questions, but
like there are a few questions that you know I would like to answer. There's one in particular
mhm.
that I'm kind of at least waiting for.
I mean, just say it. Just say it. I guess
It's like
no one's gonna ask it.
my future. It's about
Which
my
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about asking, but like I was waiting for like us to like stop like the TBW incident, like get all that out, and then like I was gonna start asking all your future. Then I was gonna pull some people in here, I guess, before we end this.
well.
If you got nothing else to get off your chest, I mean, yeah, what is your future? If because
Well,
I mean I already know. I already know, but it's like whatever you want to say, because like I respect your boundaries or whatever.
well, Dante, when it comes to wrestling with other companies, I've been talking with some people. I've been talking about that, um, and I'm open to working with a lot of other different companies because that's something I've always wanted to do.
I mean, with the BYWN, we are encouraging that for like collabs.
And I want to
I mean, yo,
kind of,
Jason, just hit me up if you ever want to be on the Chris Varies. I don't know how often I'm gonna do these, but try to do them a lot. But like, just always like DM me and like I'll hit you up whenever like I go live with these. But all right, like you were saying,
the biggest thing in my future that I'm not going to give away much right now about it, but it's going to be big.
it's coming soon.
It it is in the works, and I'm gonna leave everybody to try to piece it together in their head what they think it could be or what they think it might be.
I mean, I think everybody knows what it is, but
Well, well,
wait for the official because it's gonna go big because it's gonna be a part of the.
well, yeah,
I don't say that's gonna make it
but
even more obvious.
um, but just down the pipeline, I'm still gonna be making videos on here. I do have a YouTube channel that I'm gonna rebrand, and it's like a JK. No, not JK. Shit. It's a Jake.
And he's dead.
Shit. He's gone. But
He's
it's a Jake Howell YouTube channel, and I want to do a lot of stuff there. But
and he's a part of the BYWN, the Backyard Wrestling Nexus. Which if
yes,
you want to join, hit me up. I'm the owner, trying to be in all the companies together.
I do recommend you do that because it like any of you who are like thinking about it, it's really cool. Um,
I mean, the
and
channel's not big now, but the plan is that it will grow as companies join and send me footage. This is gonna play, but yeah. So just if you guys want to hit us up, join the BY, WN, just hit me up. But
and look, like if anybody wants to message me about any questions or anything, if or he's like want to fucking talk to me, go right ahead. And they're
I mean,
like, I have no problem with that.
that's what you and me did, and that's what
Yeah,
you. Yeah, I
that's what
think
I
you hit
did.
it first. I think though, but I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
because
will talk to anybody really.
well, like I heard about the see, whatever I do, you best believe that you won't you won't have to worry about Flair or anybody else like that kind of being wherever I do decide to go. But when it comes to where I'm going to go, I like to travel around a little bit.
I mean, yeah, me and him talked about having a match. I mean, if he wants to come down to Florida, I'll beat his ass and send him back to Tennessee a sore loser. Like I was going to do to Josh Allen, but he's too scared. But we're not going to talk about that.
Well, shit.
He said, "Oh man, I don't want to come down and get my ass beat." But hey, I mean, it's like the Roman Reigns. I mean, everything I touch turns to gold. You start wearing a gold glove. I'm gonna steal Roman Reigns. Actually, no, I'm not like Gage Flair. I'm not gonna steal Roman Reigns like that. All right,
Got to buy the vest. You got to do the man bun. You got to get the teeth job and make yourself look pretty.
damn. I mean, my hair's pretty. Fuck it. I'll just get a. I'll just get a wig. No, actually, wait. No, I'm not. I'm not like Gage Flair. I ain't gonna steal gimmicks like that.
Oh no! Look. Okay, you aren't like Gage Flair. You like you have a heart, but like it's a different kind of you know.
Because
Um,
I respect and I protect my wrestlers. It's all about that respect, protect, respect, protect. Put that on a t-shirt, sell it, BYWNshop.com. Respect, protect.
is there a shop?
No, not really. There'll never be a shop. We don't have money for that. I mean, yo, I mean, that's an idea. That's an idea,
Yeah,
actually.
because look,
BYWNshop.com. Every backyard wrestler companies get their logos, their merch on there. That's cash money right there.
to to be honest, I've been working on some shirt designs that I want to put out there that maybe people wouldn't wear, but at least for me, um, I will confirm that one of them is a not fired T-shirt. Um,
Or
one of them is a not fired T-shirt.
I like shirts that like are basically like a shoot to like people like the Big Show from AEW. How his shirt is no more BS.
Yeah,
That's
no more BS.
that's dope. I'm not gonna lie. I fuck with that. I fuck with that. I mean, I want to sell my Anthony Aries shirt because like my Anthony Aries logo, it's pretty fire. I'm not gonna even cap. I
This
made
is
my girlfriend, like my fiance, made that because like when I like my daughter was born or before she was born, I wanted to change my name because I didn't like Aylin no more. So when I thought of my name, I was like, well, my daughter's just an Aries, but what logo can I have for Anthony Aries? And my girl came up with an A and then, the like the sign of like an Aries. And
mhm.
it fit well, yo. My logo's pretty dope. I'll sell that.
Yeah.
Shop.com, $5. Sure.
I
Six colors.
I was okay. I was considering a some kind of like Flare 316 or something like that, but I'm not gonna do that. And
Jeez.
and I make most of like the logos. Like I made the industry logo.
Hmm.
I made like the Dead or Alive shirt that I wore during matches. That was mine. Um,
I mean, personally, when it comes to FPW, I mean, I make everything. I edit all the shows. I made Jay Swervo's logo. I made my logo, Ruby's logo, Eric Danger's logo. Uh, Chris Dynamite, he made his own logo, or his girlfriend did, which is kind of dope. But he put on a shirt, but he only wear it a couple times. Like I make everything, but that's just me, I guess. I guess stressing myself out. I don't know. Never hits me up with stuff.
hmm,
Damn.
don't be like the Hogan.
He said, yeah. I mean, I ain't no WCW type shit.
Oh
We
my
don't
god.
do WCW like that.
Well, okay.
They
Here,
did that. They did foul back then.
okay. Here's something funny. Like down here in the South, all you hear about is WCW.
Well, yeah, because
Right?
that's where was, I guess.
WCW, WCW, WCW. And I respect WCW. I love their cruiserweight division. I like their mid card. Here's the
But
problem.
their politics was foul. Their politics was foul. And there's no getting around that. It's foul.
When you make Kevin Nash your head booker, that's the first problem. The
Well,
second problem is, you know,
the FWO basically ran the show, like the wrestlers and everything. You know.
it's sounds familiar.
Yeah, the NWO, like behind the scenes, they ran everything. They were the producers. They were the fucking bookers. Like,
They got they got Dennis Rodman.
yeah, like shit.
And if you can get the worm, you can get anybody.
Someone asked me my first question on the stream. What was your favorite part of doing FPW? Shit, wow. Favorite part of doing FPW? I mean, honestly, it's what do you call it? Doing FBW has led me to like meet like some of the most amazing people from like around the world. Like I know people from fucking the UK, Australia, and like like all these places that like honestly I would have never thought like damn like I would know someone from fucking Australia. But now I do because FBW has opened up the doors to meet like some of the most amazing people on earth and stuff. That's my favorite part of doing FBW. But I mean, besides that, I guess it's just cliche, like just doing the whole thing. Because like I've been a wrestling fan like all my life since I was like 5. I started watching wrestling with my grandma and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like since I was like able to sit down and focus, my eyes on the screen, like I was watching wrestling. So like me to like do it finally, it's just like I don't know, just amazing. Shit.
I I really miss being in the ring.
I miss being in the ring too. Like I'm not trying to shoot on Chris. He's a bitch, but no, I'm just. Ah, geez, Chris, hope you're not watching this. No, I mean, like behind the scenes. I mean, we haven't really been up into the ring because I mean, it's hard to go up to Chris's house because that's where we film FBW. It's over at Chris Dynamite's house,
Mm-hmm.
and he lives like 40 minutes from where I live, and you know, their family's busy. That's where the ring is. We're trying to work something out. Gas is becoming $3 fucking a gallon or whatever the fuck the measurement is. You know. Damn, another question for me, man. Everybody's liking me now, but what was your best match you've done? Jeez, best match. Man, best match. But yeah, you know your best match, buddy? No, you said it was the fat Asian one, right? The last man or the
Mine, okay, my favorite match I had was at Exodus with Fat Asian in the Last Man Standing match.
yeah, that's what I thought you said. Yeah, fuck. My favorite match. Hold up, let me go on the FBW channel because honestly, I'm like brain dead right now. I don't know. I mean, I've had a lot of good matches. Like honestly, like the me and Chris one from No Love. I don't know if you saw that one. That was a banger. Me and
You get, okay,
me
you
and Chris,
gotta,
me and Chris from Showdown episode 7. That night we kind of like clicked pretty hard. Or like the fucking Reb. It's honestly probably any match with Chris Dynamite. I don't know. Just have
you,
really good chemistry.
you gotta link me these matches.
Oh yeah, I will. Like
Now,
on
now,
off the
now,
top of my head, Showdown 7, me and Chris, AAW, Revolution 2020 against Chris. Those are probably the two I could think of right now,
I
honestly.
do see something down here in the thing. Howell, if you miss being in the ring, we got an update at Crash Derby. Well, like I said it the other night. You never know where I'm going to show up.
That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. Never know.
You never know.
There's not options down here in Florida. Like I'm the only, I'm the only company out here practically. Or at least the most relevant one out here. So I mean, it's if I stop doing FBW, stop doing FBW. Don't.
Well, I mean, and my options down here are limited because the only other one we have is fucking stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Wrestling.
Okay. Well, like there are bright moments. Okay. What TBW felt like to me was being in a dimly lit room with thumbtacks all over the floor,
Yeah.
and then you being barefoot. Was you'd always be stepping on something, but then one time you'd find that one spot that, you know. But what's this?
Oh yeah, actually, hold up. Someone asked me, "Who's your dream opponent?" I mean,
Indiana?
I faced everybody who came after them and I beat their ass. So I mean, the odds are me, facing it. I mean, I'm just gonna beat anybody's ass who comes my way. I mean, but a dream opponent. I mean, Jake Howell. I mean, I'll beat your ass. But it wouldn't even be a dream opponent. Because I mean, it's for the fun. Because I mean, me beating someone's ass. I mean, that's normal. It gets boring sometimes beating everybody's ass. But I mean, when you're a 7-time world champ like Anthony Aries, I mean, stick over here getting all ready. One day I'll beat Jake Howell's ass in the ring. I mean, we ain't talking about that. But I don't know. Honestly, like, whoever wants to come my way is a dream opponent. Because I'll wrestle anyone. I don't give a fuck. I'll beat someone's ass. And we're even worse. My top. Yeah. Anyway, so we're talking about. All right.
Okay.
Did TBW pay the wrestlers? Probably not. Who the fuck paid?
No. We
Who
never. Okay.
paid back
Okay.
up?
No. Okay. Here's how we got paid. We got paid in the worst Mexican food after every show.
He said the worst. He said the rice
Okay.
bland.
No.
The
Okay.
chicken,
Okay.
nah.
We have this local Mexican place. God bless them. They try hard, but we went there and I ordered some chicken because it's chicken. I got 2 chicken strips,
He said 2 chicken strips.
just 2,
He said
not
not 4,
3, not 4,
not
not 5, 2,
5.
and
He
they
said,
were small. And I sat here like, oh, what the fuck, you know? And of course,
he said, damn, this is the size of Gage Flair's penis. Like, the fuck? I ain't eating this shit.
okay, no, and then at the head of the table you had Troy and Gage Flair looking like fucking Timon and Pumbaa, just like eating all their shit.
And you're just here like, what the
I'm just
fuck?
here like, I'm
You're
like,
like,
I have nothing.
he said, are they under the plate,
I
sir?
no, I looked and they're like, that's all you'll get. I'm like, oh my god, no,
He
no,
said, I need at least 4.
I need more. I'm a big motherfucker. Okay, I need more.
I'm hungry right now. Like, I eat all the time. I'm 160. I mean, I don't look 160, but I'm 160. I'm
Last time I weighed, I was about 235, 240.
damn, I'm a small motherfucker, but I eat like a big ass motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm a big motherfucker, and I eat like a big motherfucker.
He said, "I'm a big motherfucker."
um.
Ah, jeez.
Okay.
So,
Now. Then the second part to Ro Jason's question was, did we have to pay the upper management? There was chipping in to get things, you know.
I mean that's fair. That's fair. You know.
Now, okay. Now I will say this. I don't know if you've seen this. Okay, Rodason, I'll get to this like the next question about you know, like the like my dream opponents. But like, do you know that red hardcore belt that Ledger won?
Hmm.
I bought that belt,
Oh yeah.
so technically that belt is mine. But I'm not gonna ask for it back yet.
Bill titles are expensive too.
But okay, so my dream opponents. I do have a couple. I have a few. Um, these are not really more opponents. These are places that I'd like to go, and some people within them.
Yeah.
Now, one of my biggest ones. I don't know. I don't know if it's possible,
Hmm.
and I don't know. I don't. I don't know. I don't know if he's still in here, but I would love to have a match with Jack Delta. I
Hmm.
love to go one on one with Jack Delta because I fucking respect that guy and I want to work with him and you know you know I did see that we had somebody, you know, Caden in the Crash Derby. That's someplace else because Indiana is not that far away. Um, I still want to do something with SBBW because I owe them kind of something. I want to go work up for them in Virginia
Hmm.
because you know, and specifically in there. Probably there's a guy they have up there named Clay Mercer. He's
Yep.
really good.
Hmm.
Um, and FBW would be a good place to go. You
Yeah.
know,
Holding it
I
down in Florida. Ethan
no
Hawks. Look. Ethan
no
Hawks.
but
Don't choose me. Don't beat my ass. Ethan
huh?
Hawks said, "I can't win a match."
Mm, well, I mean, and there's not really like if more people come to my like attention and if they give me details, I might consider more.
All right. Hold up, real quick. Uh, we call Jason asked the same thing about like paying like wrestlers or whatever. No, and I'm the owner, and no, I never paid my wrestlers because I fucking own them. But they do sign contracts and stuff. They have them on they have contracts, but they don't get paid. I mean, like I offer them food. Ruby, my fiance. I mean, like she cooks good food. Chris Dynamite in there, yeah. You can attest to that. You know what I'm saying? The tacos, fucking burgers, pork chops, and all that. But no, I don't pay them. But I mean, they do pitch in. Like I mean, everyone pitches in. Like Chris Dynamite, he's the one who actually put most of the money down in that for that ring. But then again, we got half of the shit for free. We got the trampoline base free. We got the carpet padding free. Like the carpet padding, yeah, we got that for free. The paint free. Yeah, but anyway. Anyway. So, and more else, or you want to get some people in this chat or whatever? Damn, I feel like once we say, "Hey, who wants to join us?" Everyone's going to be like, "Me, me, 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 me." Like, shit. All right, yeah. Who wants to join me and Jake Howell? Anybody? I think we're done roasting, but we're not roasting. But I think we're done shooting. But we could probably restart if anything pops up. Jake Howell thinking of stuff. He's like, "Shit, yeah. I wonder what I gotta say."
Well, there could be something else.
He said there could be something else. All right. Well, who wants to join
Hmm.
for dibs? We'll get Ethan Hawks in here, and we'll see what else we end up talking about. I mean, is there anything else you got to shoot? Well, we got Ethan Hawks back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah.
right. Now, we'll go real quick. We'll let Ethan Hawks get his opinion about the TBW thing out real quick because
Go on.
the first Curse of Aries kind of fucked up because I don't know what I did, but I think it deleted and it's gone forever. So this is technically Curse of Aries 1.5, but we're not talking about that. So what do you got to say, Ethan?
You got the floor.
Well,
Before eyes on you.
I don't
10 people, yo,
I
10 people just like,
don't know like what
damn it, you mute yourself or something? Come on, Ethan. You muted
to a
yourself.
guy. Hold on. Did I mute?
We can hear you now.
All right. So I don't appreciate like what they did. Like even like I know more now than what I did before. Like it happened. Like he got hit. You said he got hit by a truck when he was a kid, Jake.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. And what I saw from um what's his name, Gage himself, that you're not mentally challenged if you pay your bills and you drive a car.
No,
Look,
that is something Gage said. He said he cannot be disabled if he pays his own bills and drives his own car. That's something, and I have screenshotted proof.
look at me. Just look at me. I do this. I drive a car. I pay my own bills, and I have Asperger's syndrome, like Jake said. Gage doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't know who he is, but what I've seen in the past hour, I don't want to know anything from him. I don't want to meet him. I don't want to see him. I don't want any part of him. But I'm just here praying for Tim, if that's his name,
Yes.
because he does not deserve that.
No.
And he's a religious man, and I saw something about him with the police department. So I don't know if he's like a cop, a former cop, or something. But this
Do you
dude,
want me to? I could tell you.
tell us right now.
So, okay,
We ain't protecting him.
Gage is the type of religious man that he will push it on you so much to the point where it just becomes ridiculous. And he's very critical of other people. I mean, he calls himself a good, this is all his words, like a good Christian valued man, but he smokes, he drinks, he talks about fucking people's family, he talks about all these things that are just terrible.
The person get fucked up in the ring. If you're a man
Yes.
of faith, I don't think Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior Himself up there appreciates that.
No.
No,
And when it comes to being a thing with the police force here, I think all he does is like work the front desk.
I think I just saw something. I'm not too sure because he privated he privated his shit from me or whatever. Yeah, blocking Anthony Aries, the hottest thing in backyard wrestling. That's smart.
Well,
That's
yeah,
well, well. Luckily, you got me.
luckily we got the inside scoop, and I got.
Yes.
I don't want to leak some names, but I mean we do got some other wrestlers in and out. A lot of people hit me up today about this TBW stuff. A lot of people. I mean, I don't know if they care, if their names get mentioned, but like I said, I know one of them is still in TBW, so I don't want to mess up his chances, because supposedly they're going to fire whoever leaked the thing, and they're firing that Negan kid or whatever, supposedly.
yeah.
Who
Well,
knows?
they can say things, but it probably won't get done.
Yeah, because Gage Flair was texting me today, and I was trying to stay neutral because, I wasn't in the mood to argue, but, he's very defensive.
Oh yeah, but
Supposedly, Tim's all upset that everyone thinks he's autistic or disabled.
Okay. Okay. Then let me ask y'all this.
Hmm.
I want to tell y'all a personal story from one of those training days. This will give you kind of an idea of who he is.
All right.
So I mentioned like the back injury that that I suffered
Mm-hmm.
like those years ago. I was training with a TBW wrestler named Big Mac, who I do like Big Mac. Like Big Mac is a really good guy. He's a sweetheart of a human being.
Yeah.
But he did a side slam to me, and I felt that part of my back start acting up, and um, Asperger's gives me like panic attacks and anxiety attacks.
Yeah.
So I started to have a full blown panic attack right there. I was crying, I was shaking, and Gage was kind of there, like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Get up, wuss!" But
Mocking his voice, he said. Uh,
and okay, but see, this would happen. I sprang up like a fucking cat, and I got close to his face. I looked into his eyes, and it wasn't. It was like that angry kind of tear look that you have sometimes, where like you are so angry that you are crying. And I just point blank said to him, "What the fuck did you say to me?" And that just shows his kind of like remorse level, that he didn't give a shit about me.
yeah, that's fucked up. That's real fucked up. Well, you know, like
And
protect and respect. I've always respected like my wrestlers, well being. Like, what do you call it? Like Chris Dynamite, he had a back injury, like back in 2018 when we did that last man standing match. I pushed him off a ladder onto a Sandspurred table. Now, if you know what Sandspurs are, there's like spikes of death. But anyway, I pushed him off a ladder onto that. I mean, we'll talk about that. But what do you call it? And I guess like it fucked up his back for a bit. And and like he was pushing me to wrestle because like, he wanted to wrestle the next show because he wanted to, because he was going to win the title, right? And I was trying to not let him wrestle. And, yeah, and he ended up, like, taking a while off. Like, I respect my wrestlers.
okay, well, Gage Flair doesn't believe in injury or like respecting his wrestlers.
Yeah, that's another thing. If
And
you
now,
don't like, you can be in wrestling if that's not how you're going to be.
now, okay. Now I will say that the one person to like be with me and like check on me during all that were two like there were two people. Fat Asian was there to check on me, and Titan was there to check on me. He was like really worried about me.
So right now, Titan's kind of like, he has his good moments and his bad moments. Like, it's kind of like,
He can be a very on and off person, but in what how I've known him, to me, he has mostly been a very chill guy. He has good moments, but in that moment, he was helping me with that because I was really crying. I was really bad. Okay, Caden, Josh owns TBW, but Gage bullied him to pretty much give it to him.
yeah,
That's what
basically.
happened in this situation.
TBW diss track.
Oh,
The biggest diss track is their entire thing from, I'd say, January of this year to now. That is the diss track. You don't get the right one. You just got to look at it. You know.
Yeah,
It's been a shitstorm.
yeah.
That's just what it's been.
I gotta go because I got work at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was nice being a part of the show, guys.
Godspeed, brother.
All right, we Ethan Hawke's out of here. All right, who's gonna be the next one to join in and like speak your mind? I mean, what time is it anyway?
Yeah, what time?
Yeah, well, there goes for the got to be done, before 12. But fuck it, we're on a roll. We're on a roll.
What time is it now?
It's 12:02 for me. What time is it for you? It should be the same time, yeah. Right?
I don't know.
What time is it for you? I mean, it's 12 over here.
Let me take a. Okay, hold on. I don't know, but
He said, "Oh, my watch broke. I'm going into a panic." He said, "Honestly, I don't know what day of the week it is."
well, like, I do have a job. Okay.
What is
If
important for wrestlers with disabilities? Honestly, I mean, I know that was for Ethan, but I can kind of answer this honestly. Like, what I think it is you got to be careful with who, if you're getting into wrestling, you got to be very careful because, I mean, it's not even, it's like more like in the real world, like you got to be careful, what company you go and who you do it with, because a lot of people take advantage of people with mental disabilities or physical disability, like whatever. They take advantage.
Gage Flare.
It's Yep, gauge flare. It's sick and it's disgusting, but a lot of people do it. So I think for people with disabilities, whether it's mental or physical, like in Jared's case or whatever, or both, you got to be very careful of who you do it with. And like me, I'm always about respect and protect. You know, like I have Matthew Jacobs, who's our on-screen general manager, who is a part of FBW. Jared Payne wrestled. Now we got Ethan Hawks wrestling, and like never had an issue with any of it because respect and protect. But it's that thing.
I So I might have to go soon because I do have a job and I'm trying to make money to kind of fund something. So
It's coming soon. All
okay,
right.
but like I do want to leave everybody with this kind of thing. Um, when I mean a backyard revolution for 2021, what I'm talking about is an evolution. And when you all see what's going to happen, when you all take a look at what this will be, it won't be the same.
So it won't be the same.
Won't be the same. So it was good to voice my mind and to be here with a bunch of really good folks. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you.
Pleasure having you on the first edition, The Curse of Aries.
And just know that TBW is behind me for now. And okay, well, not for now, but TBW is behind me. And for now, I may be on the. I may not be wrestling, but
It's going to be worth the wait. That's all I can say. Because, I mean, not to burn or anything, but I mean, I know what's going on with the Jake Howell mister over there, but it's going to be worth the
yes,
wait. Trust me, it's
yes,
going to be worth the
he
wait.
knows. Now, I'm going to be heading off now. God bless all of you. Embrace positivity and all that. Love your fellow man, no matter,
All right.
no matter, sex, gender, race, religion, don't matter. Life's too short for bullshit. Love
Yeah.
each other.
To be on. But,
So I
fuck
won't
it.
go now.
All right, guys. Well, I mean, if anything, we can hop on and do this again. I mean, I'm definitely going to plan on doing some more of these streams. But if any of you guys, back at wrestlers or whatever, want to hop on, chill, talk, whatever, roast people, shoot on people, just hit me up in the in my DMs or whatever. But yeah, I guess it's been a shooting with Jake Howell or whatever. We got that pink fucking banner back there because I'm in my daughter's room. All right, everyone, have a good night. See you guys in the next one.